basically I ran away from home.
Yeah.
And I went Patna Art School. When I joined, I stayed in the hostel.
अच्छा.
Yeah.
And you still have friends there. अभी हम
I
लोग
still
बिहार में
have
देख.
friends there, few of them. Yeah, and rest of them all over the world. I didn't have a single penny, so I have to survive.
Yeah.
So when I was in Patna hostel, art school, how I'm going to eat food? Even I had a problem.
Yeah.
No, so I had to go to. I had a friend, Robin Sapus, writer थे.
हाँ.
उनके घर पे family. They adopted me like a family member. So I used to go in their home every evening to have a meal. Almost. Yeah.
Hi, welcome to Outlook Talks. We are with Subodh Gupta, and we just saw his exhibition, The Way Home, in Bihar Museum. And Subodh ji is an old friend also, and we are sitting in this studio kitchen, which is a room made up of utensils, you know, everywhere. And these are all used utensils, which kind of is his language also. So we are here to talk to him about his journey, the concept of home, and his language, which is the humble bartan that he has always kind of used, and which is also a very brave thing to do, that he has developed this language. Also, he has started cooking, which a long time ago he started, but now 2-3 दिन पहले he cooked a very good Japanese meal for us, which we are still relishing. But सुबोध जी, पहले तो आप ये बताइए कि The Way Home है आपका टाइटल, तो आपने ये टाइटल क्यों दिया? और बिहार गए आप, इट वाज लाइक योर होम कमिंग, म्यूजियम था, थोड़ा फेमिलियरिटी भी था, थोड़ा डर भी था कि बिहार जा रहे हैं, तो उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा इफ यू कैन टॉक अबाउट दैट, द ऑब्जेक्ट्स दैट यू सिलेक्टेड आल्सो फॉर दैट.
द वे होम मेरा बहुत पुराना टाइटल एक काम का है. 1999 में जब मैंने पहला प्रदर्शनी किया था, और दैट एग्जीबिशन टेक प्लेस इन केमोल आर्ट गैलरी इन मुंबई, एंड दैट वाज माय फर्स्ट solo show in any commercial gallery in one way. So I given the title that time The Way Home.
That time.
उसमें एक काम था.
हाँ.
जो मैंने सबसे पहली बार तो एग्जीबिशन में बर्तनों का यूज मैंने उसी प्रदर्शनी में किया था. तो there was a stainless steel utensils.
हाँ.
And I made a lotus in the middle. The lotus, and surrounded by stainless steel utensils, and also I casted the country-made revolver called katta in Bihar. So I casted those, also put on some of them plate, and scattered all over created the installation on the floor. So that was my first work with stainless steel. Created that particular installation called The Way Home.
The Way Home.
And that time, I made it the lotus flower because this was national flower, and also religious and political both.
Completely.
From that time, and stainless steel utensils everybody was using. Every single person home you will see, middle class, upper middle class, lower middle class, and katta was in Bihar. It's like a kind of masala, like a herbs. Without that, you can't make vegetable. No, something like that. So like everybody have a katta in Bihar.
Yeah.
And I was a bit shocked. And then I thought, I also need to make this particular item in my artwork. So I did that. And after so many years, after 30 years, when I'm having a show in Patna, I thought, oh my God, wish I could have that particular work to exhibit.
Yeah.
But since that artwork is already in collector place and not even in India, so it was very difficult for me to bring it back and install it. So I thought, okay, title still is mine, and it's my work. So I must give the title at least.
The Way Home.
The Way Home. So that's how I chosen.
Okay. No, because that katta also came into prominence for the rest of the world. जो gangs of वासीपुर में dialogue नहीं है, मारते हैं कसाईवारा जाता है कलकत्ता. Because katta is like this छोटा रेंज का थिंग. मुंगेर में जो बनता है वहाँ का कहते हैं ना बारूद बहुत है. इट्स ऑल्सो अबाउट दिस बिहारी थिंग, इनोवेशन इतना ज़्यादा है जुगाड़ कि कुछ भी से कुछ भी बना देते हैं. द अदर थिंग आई थॉट ऑफ आस्किंग यू is that आपका काम में ना घर का बहुत एलिमेंट है, और आपने बोला था ना एक बार कि जब आप मयूर विहार में रहते थे और किचन में थे और आफ्टरनून में वो सन जो है वो बर्तनों पे पड़ रहा था, एंड दैट्स हाउ यू डिस्कवर दैट दिस इज द लैंग्वेज व्हिच वाज अ वेरी अनयूजुअल लैंग्वेज कि बर्तन को लेके. And
when you are artist, you always are struggling to find your own language.
Yeah.
So जैसे पटना आर्ट कॉलेज में जब हम पढ़ाई कर रहे थे तो हमारे पास दो ही टीचर थे. एक ब्रिजेश भट्टाचार्य या दूसरा श्याम शर्मा. श्याम शर्मा ग्राफिक के टीचर थे, ब्रिजेश भट्टाचार्य पेंटिंग सिखाते थे, और पेंटिंग खुद दोनों काफ़ी व्यस्त थे अपने ही काम करने में कॉलेज में. सो हम लोग आपस में दोस्तों के साथ, सीनियर स्टूडेंट के साथ काफ़ी वार्तालाप होती थी, और उनसे जो अच्छा काम कर रहा हो उनके नज़दीक में ज़्यादा था, उनसे काम सीखने की कोशिश करता था. एनीवे वी लर्न हाउ टू पेंट. हमको ये पता चला कि इसमें रंग ऐसे लगाया जा सकता है, देन उसका रंग का केमिस्ट्री पता चला. लेकिन ये नहीं पता कि पेंट क्या हो, करो क्या आप. सो स्टिल व्हाट वी सी वी पेंटेड. तो हमने चाय वाला को देखा तो चाय वाला पेंट किया, हमने रिक्शे वाले को देखा रिक्शे वाला पेंट किया, हमने किसी को बस स्टैंड पे खड़ा देखा तो उसको पेंट किया. सो आई वाज आल्सो डे टू डे इमेज आई वाज कैप्चरिंग इन माय पेंटिंग. धोबी वाला एंड दैट काइंड ऑफ इमेज. आप देखो तो कहीं अभी भी शहर में, दिल्ली जैसे शहर में भी एक कोने में एक धोबी वाला आयरन करता रहता है. तो दैट इमेज इज स्टिल लाइक योर
दूर भी है पास भी है,
दूर भी है पास भी है. और आयरन अपने आप में एक बड़ा ऑब्जेक्ट है. जो
कोयला वाला.
हाँ, तो एक स्कल्पचर से कम नहीं है वो. तो वो सारी इमेजेज आपको कहीं ना कहीं ऑब्जेक्ट के तौर पे अट्रैक्ट करती है, तो आप उसको ऑब्जर्व करते हो. And then I was doing all those that. That was not bad thing. I think I was in right track. But still, so many artists doing same thing. So many artists doing similar kind of thing. So many artists painting, abstract painting, figurative painting, all kind of painting.
All kinds of things.
So you are struggling to find your path, find your language, find your path, find your language. And then you're sitting with the friends, everybody doing everything. So you're a bit confused.
Lost.
Also, you did not study art history.
Exactly.
Because Patna Art School never taught you art history because there were no teacher.
Achha.
So we did the 5 years course in 7 years and without art history single classes. So we don't know anything about history of art or anything. That was a really sad back. Right? Like Baroda School, at least Ajay School, they have it. Some Shanti Niketan, they had some teacher who they from student from there they know what's they.
And you never studied.
We never studied. So it was and it's still sad back of Patna.
Yeah.
The saddest thing has been 30 years Patna Art College gone backward, not gone further. Sorry to say that. It's a sad news, but it's true. But anyway, I'm coming to my work. So it was, you were struggling. And when you painting, I was quite good in the sense I was commercially as well good even then, because I remember when I was working with the gallery Espas, they were my first gallery, they were selling my work then. So I was quite happily doing my paintings and happy. But somewhere you get stuck. Okay, what is this?
What am I trying to say?
What I'm trying to say. You try to change your artwork. So whenever I tried to change my artwork, I was very gone down in the sense that I was not making good painting. Because when you're trying to change your language,
it's very difficult.
You might making crap. Maybe I was making crap that time. So I was made many bad painting too. Some of them painting still I see it is not so bad, but I was thinking that I'm making very bad. So yes, the story is when I was in my kitchen one afternoon and the light from the window, I was going to cook food and saw the all stainless steel utensils and this shining material, the sun is shining and somehow, is moving the sunlight in your kitchen. It's quite what called surreal and twilight kind of feeling. And then immediately I taken all the utensil and put in my drawing room. And taken everything from the kitchen and put in drawing room. And I said, oh, this looked like one of my work. Now, and that's how I started it, and that was the first installation I made with the way home.
And then you told me also that you remembered your sister उस time पे कि वो बर्तन exchange होता था, वो बर्तन आया उस वक्त stainless steel, and about your childhood also little bit.
Yeah, so that time देखो stainless steel utensils very shining.
Very shining, yeah. And resilient, you know, उसमें junk नहीं लगता है.
Junk नहीं लगता है, very shining, and somehow people like to see.
No, also they say ना forged in steel, ताकि मतलब वो.
Yeah. And also when you touch it, it's quite cold.
Yeah, very.
And sometimes it's empty. So all those things was there emotionally and metaphorically too. But yes, but when are you making with the utensil art, you don't realize why came to you.
Exactly.
Did really that sunlight only attracted you,
or did the sunlight
or
was a vehicle?
something else? But when I started doing it, after a few years, I realized, hey,
this is my language.
This is my language, and like you said, I remember. Then I go back, flashback again, my childhood. I remember my sister, the first time a stainless steel utensil came.
Scheme आया था जो एक.
The scheme आया. Then there was a scheme कि if you sell one of them set, of kitchen set, you will get one set free. Or two set, if you will sell it, you will get one set free. That kind of a scheme. My sister, she was older, she was studying in college, and she was young, and she liked to do it, and she sold one, and we got one gift free, a kitchen stainless steel. So that's our first stainless steel utensil came in our home.
Oh.
Yeah, and at that time it was luxury item, no? Very luxury
पुराने
item.
उस ज़माने का.
Yeah. The brass and copper was looked like very faded and no.
Aluminium होता था.
Aluminium, yeah. But, so those kind of memory come back to you. So it's somehow it's like linked to you.
Yeah.
From childhood. So doesn't come something just like, it's also knitted somewhere.
Interwoven. And the other thing, also you remember a lot, and people say na कि it's better to remember a lot actually. Maybe sometimes it's traumatic also, it's sometimes very good also, but you've not forgotten actually कि बर्तन कैसे यूज होता है. You have so many stories also. खगोल में आप पैदा हुए, तो उसमें वो क्या, what did you remember from that place?
So interesting story.
हाँ.
संक्षेप में कहूँ कि शॉर्ट
नहीं अच्छे से कहिए क्योंकि how we remember is also such a beautiful thing.
So my gallery is called Gallery Continua. They have a space in San Gimignano in Italy, and interestingly, many galleries often have a space in very mega city like Milan, Rome. But this gallery started from the small place called San Gimignano, very touristic place, but very small place. And they become an international gallery. So that's very surprisingly as well. So this is about the gallery. Anyway, they have a gallery in San Gimignano. So one day I was sitting with my gallery guy, Lorenzo, and Lorenzo asked me, Subodh, come and visit my space in San Gimignano. So we went to see his space. Interestingly, that whole space, his gallery is cinema itself.
Oh.
So like old theatre. So there is a stage where the people need to sit in the chair. He just removed all the chair.
Okay, and then you have the balcony and all upar.
Both side balcony, front is a cinema, but he kept all empty the space and just exhibit piece of artwork.
How nice.
On the stage, on the balcony, on the here, there. And where his projector come, he made the office.
Acha, okay.
So anybody, all the staff sitting with the computer, anybody come in the office and see that they can see you who are come. Anyway, but he has one room was closed, and he says, so I have to show you some surprise. Then he opened that room. It's like really lots of nest and quite dusty room. And what was inside the room?
All projectors.
Everything related to cinema was there. Trolley, reel, film, a small cottage, and projector, everything was there. Okay, wow, okay, Lorenzo, you have a show.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm ready for show here now. And then I realized it's something very close to me because I also grew up cinema, watching cinema from childhood. And cinema exactly the way in Italy, it was exactly in our home too.
Yeah.
So nostalgia, what that time is somehow Italian
it linked it.
Indian cinema linked it,
yeah.
and here you go, Filni to Satyajit Ray, it was like, there you can see it, them together. And so I said, there is always cinema, I given the title, and I casted every single object, what I found it interestingly. One, I kept it as original, and one I casted in bronze. So make it a unique piece.
Yeah.
So you can't, So that was the 2008, I did the show with them, called There Is Always Cinema. And so that's how coming, that work I able to make it because I have a cinema, my hometown memory and everything. So it was quite linked to together.
And also because this whole thing is also a very interesting, like, the question that is always on top of our minds and we're always looking for an answer is how do we remember, right? What do we remember and how we filter it out. So your story about growing up in Danapur, or theatre, aapki mummy leke jati thi, like we've all been through that, right? But the way you remembered as an artist is very different because you started to cast your memories into steel maybe or bronze. So wo aap thoda bata sakte hain agar
very interestingly, when I pass out from the college, school basically, I went to the normal college. I went to BN College. And BN College in Patna University, I taken the principal in this psychology and history. I don't know what I was doing. I taken the subject. And,
Those are very nice subjects actually.
So I started studying there. But due to I was absent a lot in class, the principal did not promote me.
Kyun absent hote the?
Because in the morning, 7:30 bus is to come all to take us, and that time I'm still sleeping. So I was a bad student anyway. So principal did not promoted me to have to again 1 year study in the intermediate only. In between, I was to start joining theatre group, my small theatre group in my hometown, and then I got so much involved with them. I thought this is my life, and I taken it very seriously of my theatre. I did 5 years theatre.
अच्छा.
And I travel Allahabad to Jamshedpur.
तो but वो theatre group जो आपका गाँव में था उन्हीं के साथ. तो कोई घर में नहीं बोला कि तुम क्या कर रहे हो, जैसे बिहार में नहीं होता डॉक्टर पढ़ो इंजीनियर बनो या यूपीएससी करो ये सब?
Because yes, of course, लेकिन due to my father pass away, my elder brother had a responsibility to run the home. I was youngest in two brother and 3 sister. I was the youngest one, so I had the opportunity to sneak away. No. And
observe and do things.
And also, I only realize now that I don't have a childhood photograph because I have a brother, my brother, sister, everyone have a children photograph except me because they forgotten about me. Look like, कि अच्छा ये तो सही है.
कोई कहीं जब आ गया कहीं गया.
So I don't have a childhood picture. Can you imagine? So hardly. So what I'm trying to say is family was there, but they were struggling in their own
ways,
own problem. They're struggling to survive. They're struggling. My sister need to get married. No, the social structure वो भी करना है. भाई साहब को बहन की शादी भी करनी है. So they were busy with their own stuff. So I sneak
you were
away.
Left alone.
I sneak away, and I was doing my own things. So that's helped me to, I think, become an artist.
Because that time it would be.
So I ran away from home. And I went Patna Art School. When I joined, I stayed in the hostel.
Acha. And you still have friends there?
I still have friends there, few of them. And rest of them all over the world, India.
No, because I realized that you also talked about how you worked at a newspaper also. फिर वहाँ आपने वो जॉब किसी और को करके आप वहाँ से भाग गए. फिर गेट वेट बनाया मेडिकल साइन का, मेडिकल स्टोर का.
मैंने बहुत कुछ किया. So because no matter what I was doing it,
you were not satisfied.
No, I didn't have a money. I didn't have a single penny. So I have to survive. So when I was in Patna hostel, art school, how I'm going to eat food even I had a problem. No, so I have to go to. I had a friend, Robin Sapus, the writer थे.
हाँ.
उनके घर पे family. They adopted me as like a family member. So I used to go in their home every evening to have a meal, almost. Yeah, and so it was interesting. Somehow I used to manage. No, so like one day somebody will come and say, can you make book jacket for
हाँ.
me for आवरण मेरे किताब का आवरण बना
बना
देना
दीजिए.
तो मैं बना दूंगा जी 150 रुपए लगेंगे so they used to give me 150 rupees 150 rupees enough for me to survive for a week
Yeah.
yeah
आराम से, हाँ.
so it was like this and something I used to do so पटना में जिप्सी थिएटर आया रशियन जिप्सी थिएटर आया so that time the बिहार गवर्नमेंट wanted to do some gate and design करना है I said कि सर मैं 5,000 में बना दूंगा आपका गेट so I used to do this kind of thing so and I used to get job
And it was fun
somehow
life.
I was lucky to
Yeah.
get job this kind of job and I do it and I buy one drink and for all hostel friends and they say come on let's do it together and we all used to do it together and we finish the works and that's how we used to survive. One day Times of India and our Times came Patna.
हाँ, फ्रेजर रोड पे.
Yeah, Fraser Road पे. When this arrived, somebody said कि वहाँ पे तो ग्राफिक आर्टिस्ट का जॉब खाली है.
हाँ.
तो हमने कहा अप्लाई कर देता हूँ यार अप्लाई. तो कैसे अप्लाई करूँ तो एक दिन गया मैं तो वहाँ पे नवभारत टाइम्स के एडिटर थे दीनानाथ मिश्र. सो मैं उनसे गया मिलने तो दीनानाथ मिश्र was a smoking lot and in this, he smoked lot and he was smoking lot and he said कि बैग में तुम्हारे क्या है हम कि मेरे बैग में क्या है तुमको क्या इससे मतलब हमने मन में सोचा मैं बट स्टिल इसके बैग में तो सर स्केच बुक है सब ही सेड कि लीव द बैग हियर एंड कम एंड कलेक्ट नेक्स्ट डे हम कि व्हाट काइंड ऑफ पर्सन इज
मेरा बैग भी ले लेगा
मेरा बैग ले लेगा एनीवे दैट टाइम आई हैड नथिंग नो मनी नथिंग ओके टेक माय बैग बिग डील नेक्स्ट डे आई वेंट ही गॉट गिव मी जॉब बेसिकली इट वाज इंटरेस्टिंग पर्सन you can recognize the person with their bag, what they have inside.
What they have inside.
And that time Dinanas was taken my bag, no?
It says study in psychology.
He find only a sketchbook and drawing, so he knew who am I. So he given me job, and I took the job, 1,000 rupees per month only, not much. For me enough. I used to bicycle. An interesting thing. Newspaper, everything I start in the evening only, right? तो 7-8 o'clock when 6 बजे तो कोई स्कूल बंद हो जाती थी कॉलेज बंद हो जाती थी the evening I can go 7 o'clock I used to do bicycle go Fraser Road park my bike and ऊपर जाके फिर 10 बजे रात के बाद तो काम शुरू होता था वहाँ 11 बजे
क्योंकि जब तक तो स्टोरी आते रहता है
खटपट फिर स्टोरी आना शुरू हुआ फिर पेज डिजाइन हो गया उससे कटिंग पेस्ट होता था हम लोग
का पुराने
जमाने का सब रात भर चल रहा है 1 बजे तक उसके बाद निकल लो तो that's how I used to do it but after 1 year I realized कि oh my God it's getting serious here and I'm thinking but this is not for me it's enough
but you had clarity that time
okay enough okay I'm going to join and then this is going to be my life I'm thinking no this is life I don't want to lead so
did you know at that time कि क्या जिंदगी चाहिए था
somehow I knew कि जो क्या जिंदगी चाहिए था नहीं था वो मुझे नहीं पता था क्या चाहिए मुझे इतना पता था कि ये नहीं चाहिए मुझे हाँ तो आई सेड कि नो दिस हैज टू स्टॉप राइट नाउ सो आई वेंट वन डे सर की रिजाइनेशन ही सेड कि नो you can't resign unless you give someone so I come in my room and say anybody need a job and my one friend's roommate said yes okay let's go so he got the job and he just retired now from newspaper.
So he continued with that job?
He continued with the job. Not in Patna only, he worked in Delhi. Yeah. So he continued. So now I realize, imagine, I was doing the same thing.
And you would have retired also now.
Retired now as a graphic artist. So so that clarity was there. So that's how I survived, but I learned a lot. Those theater, those newspaper, everything. When you're making art also teach you every day. So you not understand what I'm going to do today, but what I'm going to do tomorrow. But every day learning is something you're learning. And when I start traveling abroad, when I start looking the art world outside the world, then I realize, you know what? You have to go back to your root.
Exactly.
To do something original.
And was it scary to go back? Because there's so many losses
it
also.
was not as scary, but it's become a more interestingly because okay, I do have a root.
Yeah.
And I do see things from my childhood to now. I have so many things to express. So why not I do that? And let's do that. And that's how I made my mother and me with the cow dung cake and the room. That's how I made many artworks. So no, I went back to my root and I start digging my root and I start bringing to in contemporary aspects. And I made so many installation and artwork, and still I do same thing.
Same thing. And also another thing is that, you know, when you come into this contemporary art world in a certain, from a certain place, from a certain background, and it's very difficult because people don't believe in you. But you were quite clear कि यही मेरा language है, हम इसी को लेके आगे जाएंगे. और उसको पुराना बर्तन लेना, उसको जाके, मतलब, you know, there's a very interesting aspect to that language.
When I made the first time cow dung cake installation, so they were very, everybody said, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
What did they say? No?
So it didn't shake your confidence that time.
I wanted to do something different.
वही तो हम लोग को बोलेगा, आप लोग बोलेगा गड़बड़ है.
I wanted to do something different. And also, the Japan Foundation wanted to bring me that work to Japan, and we had a 6 months correspondence about the cow dung cake, how to bring to Japan.
Yeah, because it's cow dung.
Japan government did not allow it because shit is shit. Cow shit, cat shit, or whatever, no dog shit. But somehow cow shit is our holy shit.
Yeah.
So interestingly.
How do you explain to the Japanese government?
Yeah. So anyway, so it did not happen, but they invited me for residency, and I went there. Did 1 month residency in 1999 in Fukuoka Art Museum in Japan, and had a great time. I learned a lot. And so to travel outside of India also opened my mind.
Yeah, that is
also, and in the beginning, they also invited me to give the project, give the scholarship. 1997, I did the first residency in London, Gasworks. Residency, no, so 3 months residency in Gasworks in London. That's helped me to understand. And then 1999 Fukuoka, then 1997 again in I was invited Bose Passia award. I got it, so solo show in New York, and no, so that's how internationally somehow picked up. And in 2000.
Which was that story where you did that show and you know, with I think Shireen, if I remember correctly, and then you said कि कोई खरीदेगा, अब कम से कम इतना तो दे दो मेरा पैसा कि मेरा बर्तन खरीदने का.
The way home first installation when I did the Sareen Gandhi in Kamal Art Gallery, and that was we kept it at 1 lakh rupees something price of the artwork.
75,000.
Yeah, 75,000, and she was so it's too expensive, Subodh. Who's going to buy this? Keep it 25,000 rupees. I'm like, how can I keep 25,000? Katta cast करने में मुझे 7-8 लग गए. उस समय and मेरा तो ट्रेन का भाड़ा यहाँ रहना, no. So that time is to go by train to can't afford anything else. And
no, because you have
and is to stay in Salvation Army in Bombay.
The कोलाबा वाला ना अभी भी है. हम भी गए थे एक दिन रहने के लिए वहाँ पे.
Yeah, so I stayed there.
नहीं, and you also had this keen observation sense which very few people have, in the sense जो आपका जो transit वाला जो installation है, जो trolleys है, and you talked about how you observed these workers कि उनका गठरी में आखिर होता क्या है. And you know that one journey you said कि कतर से प्लेन खाली हो जाता था, फिर वहाँ से आप यहाँ आते थे तो.
So देखो, curiosity तो हम सबको होती है बाहर जाने की.
पर बहुत लोग उसको सुनता नहीं है ना.
Especially us. No, when I was in art school, I was studying. हम लोग में कंपटीशन कि सबसे पहले विदेश कौन जाएगा, हम लोग में से. तो we used to dream about it every time, no, कि who will go foreign, how to will go foreign. Really we will able to go foreign. Really we will sit in the plane. We can drive there. All kind of dream catches we discuss, we enjoy, we do all kind of thing. So, but also is a fairy tale story सात समुंदर पार. No? तो कहानी तो बचपन से आप सुनते
हैं. सुन रहे हो कि जाएंगे विदेश.
सात समुंदर पार. So when I went there, और जब like I said कि that time you're looking for a very cheap ticket to going to abroad, and so still you get 24,000, 25,000 में 90 we to get ticket via Dubai, via
Qatar, via this, via that.
So I used to take that and go, and when I coming back, you suddenly will see the whole plane is empty. And you say, okay, what happened?
Huh.
And suddenly within 10 minutes, full. Now, who are these people sitting next to you? They are own people.
Yeah.
They are my people. They come from my country. And these people, when you start speaking to them, some of them tailor, some of them driver, some of them doing some kind of job. All they came here to work for 2 years, 1 year, and they're going back home after, and they carried, when you arrive in Delhi airport, in the conveyor belt, you see those luggage. I thought, very fascinating luggage. I mean, what excited me, how they tidying up this, that struck me. So I start taking photograph and I start making painting of those series as well. Somehow I was start getting so close to that, close to that. And they tied their bundles is so better than sometime any bundle can be fell, like a Louis Vuitton, anything, fancy thing will fail if you look at it properly.
The way they precision के साथ बनाते हैं उसको.
But also affection, their love, their position. So I given the title.
And aspiration also.
Everything inside. So for they're carrying their dream inside those, those, because whatever they worked hard.
और अपना मेहनताना भी एक तरह से.
So also I went back Dubai. I made a video about it. No. And I met those people who work in dormitory, they live in dormitory. I went to see them. And I wanted to see when they go home, how they pack their baggage.
गठरी में क्या होता है?
गठरी में क्या होता है? So,
क्या होता है?
गठरी में कुछ नहीं होता है. Very interestingly, they have a Nivea cream. One doll for their child. Maybe one underwear for their wife. Or some toy, and they just little things. But for them, it's everything.
It's everything.
They're taking village. Come on, they're taking home, and it's
a token.
It's a tokens, and they pack it such a way, and their friends will help them to pack together. They will pack it together. Then they will make a tape. They will write the name. Oh, they do whole, and then they will go and drop it. It's so fascinating. And it's very moving. It's very moving. And sometimes dream can be so powerful and so hard working. It's to take your life to do that. But yes, I've been fortunate. I observed them. I able to make it artwork, and they given the title like everything in inside. I also give it them across 7 seas. I made many series of the work about them, and I given them.
It was also very interesting कि बिहार में वो migrant corridor है, you know. So there is a thing about Biharis that we always cross over.
So one thing was with me. Somehow, I always looked at it. What I lived in. I was not so educated, so I was not carrying something very heavy.
As a barrier, basically.
But I observed, due to the theatre, I able to observe normal people so closely.
Exactly.
So closely. Because we used to travel together with the theatre group, and we used to go Allahabad, Jamshedpur to do a small theatre, and interacting with the audience, and doing some comedy also, and many things. So we learn a lot, and I think
it's also human relationships.
It's a human relationship, and today, when I make art, I spent 7 years in art school and 5-6 years in theatre. I will say still theatre for me is art school.
Exactly.
And art school was technical for me. They told me to how to mix the color.
Like you said, chemistry of color.
The theatre really.
The soul of color you got from theatre.
Theatre given me subject. Theatre, what to do, how to bring it. So, and if I make it very large work today and something, everybody asks me, why are you making large work? Still I find, and in theatre, you need an audience. You need a light. You need people to act.
Very
but
loud.
When I left theatre and I was going to the art school, very interestingly, you become your own audience. When you paint, you become your own light and your own
one-man
stage.
show.
One-man show.
One-man show.
You become a one-man show. So very interestingly, I combined the CNC, but anyhow, I knew that I was theatre, I don't know where I could have gone, but I thought, okay, I chosen this now, so let's focus in this. So,
no, but also आपकी stories जो you are selecting, it's also very interesting. You know, there's a thing of curating it. There's a narrative somehow, which is chaotic, but है एक narrative उसमें बहुत सुंदर एक चीज़ निकल, जैसे कि आपका एक story था कि आपको ट्रॉली चाहिए था एयरपोर्ट से, अब उसको आपको बनाना है, and then you told me about how one friend of yours suggested कि इसको उठा के ले जाओ गाड़ी में. So also
because it was
such a funny.
It was I needed trolley badly because I wanted to cast.
Yeah, आपने फोटो खींचा but काम नहीं चला.
नहीं, काम नहीं किया. तो मैंने एक political influence friend से पूछा कि आप तो इन्फ्लुएंसर हो,
तो ट्रॉली दे दो, एक
ट्रॉली मुझे चाहिए. मैं बोला कि सुबोध तुम ट्रॉली मांगोगे, वो बोलेंगे एक लेटर लिखिए, आपको ट्रॉली क्यों चाहिए जी. फिर आजकल बहुत ज़्यादा टेररिज्म का टाइम चल रहा है, एयरपोर्ट का चक्कर है, आपको फिर दूसरे निगाह से ना देखना शुरू कर दें. फिर वो बहुत सारी चीज़ें, बड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड लग रहा है ये मामला. तो ये ट्रॉली उठा ही लो ना एयरपोर्ट से. हमने कि ट्रॉली कैसे उठा लो एयरपोर्ट से. बोला इतना सारा तो सब ट्रॉली लगा रहता है कार पार्किंग में. और उस समय एयरपोर्ट भी बहुत पुराने स्टाइल का था, तो बड़ा इजी था. वो गए, जिप्सी लगाए, एयरपोर्ट खोल दिया, सूटकेस भी रखा, ट्रॉली भी रख दिया उसमें और लेके चले आए. हमने कहा जी ये सही है.
No, but it's quite fascinating वो ट्रॉली का जो इंस्टॉलेशन है आपका, because there is this nostalgia. जैसे हम लोग भी उसको देख रहे हैं, like after you told me that story about the workers का गठरी, आज भी पटना एयरपोर्ट पे पुराना ही एयरपोर्ट है,
अभी भी वो गठरी लेके आते हैं. वो तो still hasn't changed.
बड़ा लिखा रहेगा कतर. And now the thing is for us also it's fascinating. हम लोग पहले ध्यान नहीं देते थे, जब से ये स्टोरी सुने हम लोग भी ध्यान, थोड़ा 10 मिनट लेट ही हो जाएगा लेकिन गठरी देख के जाओ. So that's also how art changes people like me also, right? In the sense कि हम भी story देख रहे हैं उसमें. So my mother when she went to your show, she said अरे बर्तन है चिंकी. मैंने हाँ पर तुम तो ऐसे नहीं देखी ना बर्तन को. तो बोली वही ना, लग रहा है कि स्टील भी कितना सुंदर है.
No, so that's the whole idea. Also, interestingly somehow, when I make a sculpture, even they don't understand the sculpture.
Yeah.
लेकिन उसमें कुछ ऐसा ऑब्जेक्ट है जो उनको रिलेट
कर रहा है ना उससे.
तो ऑब्जेक्ट देखने के लिए तो आए पहले, फिर ऑब्जेक्ट देखे तो बोले अच्छा काम क्या है जी. फिर उसको समझने की कोशिश की, तो कहीं ना कहीं एक डायलॉग शुरू हो गया उसके साथ. तो डायलॉग शुरू हो जाता है. तो एंड डूइंग द शो इन पटना, I will say कि one of my best thing I done in my life and one of the best show I'm doing in my life, because first of all I'm coming from there. This is my home, and second, the people from there, they never seen art, even contemporary art, like even that. In their life.
Yeah.
Those people coming, and you can see a smile in their face.
And like the fact
that's fascinating.
That is fascinating.
That's fascinating.
It's a very emotional connection.
Yeah. And it's not like that. They're looking at it.
They're engaging with it.
And that's it. Art made for the look. And if you've seen it, somehow subconsciously you've taken lots of things. You don't have to express it and explain it.
No, you don't have to. Yeah. And another thing I said, I also noticed that you straddle all kinds of worlds. Now you are like such a big artist. You've gone international. You've gone everywhere. And there is this whole thing about speaking in a certain jargon, you know, in the art world. Ki bhai, modernism, impressionistic, ye, wo. But then you go home or whatever, and your work is very simple, and there is an honesty about it. Ki bhai, ye mera purana past hai, aur isko main dhal raha hu. And then you said ki, बाकी कुछ भी हटा दो, you know, just a simple, एक बूढ़ी lady आई थी शो में, वो टिफिन को देख के, then you said कि this is the response, and what is this, what is the, how do you define a response, and why is it important?
Very interestingly, like right now we were looking at Mauricia Catalan banana tape, and we talked about it, and then same time we also talk about Duchamp fountain, urinal fountain. So 115 years ago, he made something that. So that was the most serious and really whole art world.
And history, very brave.
And history changed since then.
Completely.
And also when you see it from the cave painting, the art hasn't changed much.
Why?
You look at it, what we see new in art. What we see new, what I'm trying to painting is still going on.
New?
No, the installation, What I'm trying to say, only thing you're looking at what you already know about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not like something, if Kafka written a story how long ago, and his story how much today is grounded,
Exactly.
is how much is
Completely.
Manto or Premchand's story is grounded. They are contemporary, right?
Exactly.
They are so
Timeless
contemporary.
है.
Timeless है.
हाँ, timeless है.
The same thing is that there is a moon, there is a earth, there is a space, there is a universe.
There are people.
There are the people. We come, we're going to go.
Yeah.
It's just cycle. So whatever you observing and what is your strength, if you do that honestly, that is in your own language, and that's make you strong. Whatever language you choose, either writing or making art or anything. But if you have a command on that and you allow to express yourself within your expression, you succeed.
Yeah.
And that's we are looking at from century and century.
Completely.
So not much art changes in that perspective.
Yeah.
But of course, we fly today with the plane and technology.
हाँ, बहुत
there
कुछ
are many
बदल भी
things,
गया,
but
हाँ.
everything
But
has a
emotions
reality.
core वही है.
Emotion core is
वही
there.
है,
Emotion
हाँ.
core is there. Still, we love to see the moon and sun and the sunset.
Sometimes, yeah. But now like maybe AI से दिखना पड़ेगा.
Yeah, but we all know कि एक रेस्टोरेंट था बेल्जियम में, स्पेन में, उसका नाम था एल्बुली, जो कैप्सूल देते थे खाने को, और वो
पेट भर जाता था.
नहीं, हाँ नहीं, उसमें टेस्ट आएगा ऑमलेट का और किसी चिकन का और सूप का. तो दे सो क्रिएटिव to give you to food to eat in such a way you experience this. And it's one of the best top restaurant in the world, watch, and they run it for many years and they close it now. And many of the people who work in the El Bulli, they open the Noma restaurant, like also, but now they so experimental food with the eating with the capsule and taste like an omelette or poached chicken, and really eating the real food, so they didn't last so much.
No.
So it's still
like I don't want to eat a capsule.
but people wanted to go to experiment to
No, that's
try.
true,
So but you know, so everything has a room for everything.
For everything,
I don't know why I said that though.
No, actually,
Which
because you were
context?
talking about response and how art doesn't change much.
Yeah.
उसमें थोड़ा सा बदलता है, कुछ
लेकिन-
बदलता है, लेकिन वो जो core है,
core है,
continue.
वही रहता है.
एक response वाला जो question था, जिसमें कि बहुत सारे response देखे. हम लोग थे बिहार में, दो लड़की वो आपका jarring mirrors के सामने जाती है और फिर उसकी हाथ पकड़ के उसको खींच के भाग जाती है. It's very difficult to confront yourself in that mirror, but it's so beautiful also. And the refreshing thing was that very like common people came, which was very beautiful. स्कूल के बच्चे आ रहे हैं, you know, it's not like कि बहुत हाई फाई टाइप का लोग आ रहा है, बहुत नॉर्मल लोग. और 500 रुपये का टिकट देख के मतलब उनके लिए बहुत बड़ी बात है कि ऑटो में सज धज के आए हैं. And Bihar Museum is that kind of space also. It's pretty open.
Very open.
There's nothing very overwhelming about it, although designed by Maki and all that. But I think I have been going there for a long time. लेकिन जो response I saw with your that टिफिन डब्बा वाला जो है, वो बूढ़ी बेचारी नानी देख रही है उसको बहुत क्यूरियोसिटी से. I thought there was something very innocent about it, and there was something very. So I don't know, like, does it mean a lot for an artist like you कि आपके?
I told you कि when I was standing first day in the museum and watching people how they were looking at my artwork, I felt like I should not leave.
Yeah.
And honestly, I wanted to go Patna, feel like every week at least to experience that, because I will never get that opportunity again to feel the people and see their expression from that closely.
No, that
and
is
especially I want to go Sunday because Sunday is very crowded.
Completely, and it's so much fun.
And I wanted to go there and spend the whole day again Sunday to So no, that I think it's extraordinary, and that's why I like it most, because those people haven't seen contemporary art, those people not so much
उनको आर्ट हिस्ट्री मूवमेंट कोई
कुछ
such
नहीं
a
पता
pure
है.
response.
The very pure feeling, very pure feeling to looking at any visual art, and the way they see it and they express it about it, that's fascinating.
वो तो देख के
And
कभी
so most of them people able to relate it.
कब पूरा
Yeah,
तो I'm saying
so-
कि हम लोग को जेलसी लगता है कि हम लोग का रिस्पॉन्स इतना प्योर क्यों नहीं है, क्योंकि वी आर बर्डन विद सो मच नॉलेज आल्सो समटाइम्स, राइट, और फालतू का, क्योंकि वो जो दैट कोर रिस्पॉन्स जो आपका गट होता है, एंड आल्सो बिहार में आई सॉ यू आर सराउंडेड बाय फ्रेंड्स, यू नो, आपके कॉलेज के दोस्त हैं. अंजनी जी, हु इज द डायरेक्टर एंड द चीफ एडवाइजर, ही इज फैसिनेटिंग बिकॉज ही गेट्स यू आल्सो, आई थिंक.
Anjani is an extraordinary person, and he due to him, I think Bihar Museum is running so far, and I'm
he's
so
the curator
proud.
for the show also.
I'm so proud that he curated my show, and he given me also freedom to do what I like. You know, that's also
And that relationship shows through, na,
we work
easy
together and to in the show. So that was very fascinating, and that's why able to do that kind of stuff.
Exactly. And it took a lot of time. And this other thing which I find fascinating is this whole room that you have made. And you started cooking, and long ago when I was working for another media thing, you had told me that, you know, this cooking when you started, and it was also nostalgia, because आपके घर में जब खाना बनता था तो कभी सब्जी खत्म हो गई, कुछ हो गया, देन यू सॉ पीपल यूजिंग इनोवेशन, यू नो, जैसे मिर्चा में गार्लिक, आपको पता है वो खाने, एग्जैक्टली,
एक्सपेरिमेंट कर रहे हैं
खाने के लिए,
and that's experiment bring it new dish.
Exactly.
A new dish and become a more tastier. And that's you do in cooking. You know, if a great chef, it's not like what you're cooking, what are you innovating.
Exactly.
And what you're able to make out of the same
ingredients,
something very different nobody eaten before. So that's what the excitement. And ये सब चीजें बाद में याद आती हैं. उस समय नहीं याद आता कि ऐसा कुछ देखा था, ऐसा होता था. वो अब याद इसलिए ज्यादा आती है because now I'm cooking. And now I see, oh, chef does this thing. Why? And then most of the great chefs, they're getting very organic. You know, they're going in the ground. They're finding. We used to go in child and pick up some kind of three kind of leaf, like a butterfly kind of leaf, and all cousin, sister, little, we playing in the ground, and we will pick them and you eat them. Khatta khatta lagta tha wo, sour, no?
I think I remember that.
Yeah. So, like even a small mango in the summer, and some of them going in the grass. So, that time we had a knowledge what to pick up from the floor
and it came
from the
naturally
ground
somehow,
and came naturally what to eat and what you can't eat it, no? So like झाड़ी ही होता था जिसमें एक फूल होता है, उसमें बेरी होते हैं, छोटे से ब्लू कलर के बेरी होते हैं, that berry you can eat it.
अच्छा, हम नहीं खाए हैं कभी.
पहले बहुत होता था, छोटे छोटे बहुत सुंदर फूल भी खिलते हैं, और उसमें एक ब्लू कलर का छोटे छोटे दाना पेपर की तरह बेरी होता है.
I think I've seen it.
एंड बेरी भी हम लोग तोड़ के खाते थे. एक होता है पेड़ में ऐसे, और उसमें छोटा ब्लू बेरी निकलता था, उसको भी तोड़ के हम लोग खाते थे. रिमेम्बर दैट? आई डोंट नो, यू रिमेम्बर? सो आई एम जस्ट फॉरगेटिंग द नेम कि उसको क्या बोलते थे. So those are things I'm looking at to the best chef in the world, finding those things and bringing it back and making something very special it. Because those things very organic. Because we need to find ourselves ki what we are not eating every day. Something we missing it in our palate. What it was there.
The taste of home.
Like especially. When I grew up, my father when passed away, I went to the village, and my mama uncle was farmer. So my mother came from the farmer family. So they have a big farming, still they have. So I used to go and live with them for 2 years, and I remember there was one saag called खेसारी साग.
खेसारी का साग.
खेसारी साग.
बहुत मुश्किल होता है उसको बनाने का, बहुत अच्छा टेस्ट होता है.
But खेसारी साग, very interestingly, जब खेत से आता था इतना सारा आता था,
और बन के इतनी सी हो जाती.
इतना नहीं, गांव में इतना सारा आएगा और 3-4 बैठ जाएंगे और उसको साफ करती हैं, उसको चुनती थी. लेकिन बाय देवल पिकिंग एंड चूनो we all used to go there and make it गिट्ठा and जो चून के बगल किया उसको ऐसे लेके नमक में ऐसे करके ऐसे खा लेते थे।
अच्छा, कच्चा।
हाँ, कच्चा। We all eat कच्चा। खेसारी का साग, नो उसका भतिया क्या बोलते फूल जैसा।
भतुआ का साग भी तो होता था।
तो those kind of things, it's very, and now eating raw vegetable is very fascinating. Come in the new cuisine
में आ गया भिंडी कच्चा खाओ।
तो अब उस समय हम लोग ऐसे डिप करके नमक से ऐसे खा लेते थे। आज वो आपको बहुत फैशन वे में अगर वो मिले उस ढंग का खेसारी का साग पिक किया हुआ हैंड पिकअप एंड यू गेट इट, it will be one of the best cuisine in restaurant for a starter.
That is true.
But you will not find it because where you get kasari.
Where you get all that? पहले तो गेहूं भी सुखाते थे, अब कहाँ कोई सुखाता है? सुखाता है उस तरह से।
अब like same way like अमावट।
हाँ।
अब मैंगो का कितना रेसिपी है अमावट, नो?
पहले मिलता तो था सब।
पहले अमावट हम लोग ऐसे ही खाते थे। ऐसे ही खाते थे।
पतला कटा रहता था।
Now the all over the best chef in the world using the amawat to make some different kind of
basically they are also finding way home.
Yeah, the way home.
Way home, exactly.
So food is transformed crazy and food is taken so excuse me, my idea about the food to try to bring those ingredients
back
to India.
I think in that also you're looking for a way home.
Yeah.
वापिस जाना है कोई तरह से। वो क्योंकि we also say ना कि जो घर है वो याद में ही है, बट वो घर अब वैसा तो है नहीं। पटना भी बहुत बदल गया, वो खत्म हो गया, बट एक वो रहता है ना वापस जाना है कोई तरह से। और वो ये भी मालूम है कि पहुंचेंगे नहीं, लेकिन देयर इज अ जर्नी देयर एंड देन आई थिंक दैट्स व्हाट योर आर्टवर्क इवन गिव्स अस, लाइक देयर इज अ रीअश्योरेंस कि भाई ठीक है कुछ ऑब्जेक्ट्स है आपने उसको परमानेंट करते हैं फॉर्ज्ड इन स्टील, तो जंग भी नहीं लगेगा और उसको कुछ होगा भी नहीं और शाइनिंग है। एंड द अदर थिंग है यू यूज अ लॉट ऑफ दीज यूज्ड थिंग्स एंड देयर वाज वन टाइम व्हेन वी वर टॉकिंग you say that इसका जो जल जाता है या जो है उसमें you see the universe।
नहीं देखो अब इतने सारे यूटेंसिल्स हैं।
It's like an echo chamber।
और सब यूटेंसिल्स यूज्ड किए हुए हैं।
हाँ।
तो इमेजिन अगर मैंने 10,000 यूटेंसिल यहाँ हैं तो 10,000 यूटेंसिल में लोगों ने परिवार ने खाना बनाया।
लाख स्टोरी होगा कम से कम।
हाँ, और कितने साल तक खाया होगा एक बर्तन में। हाँ, और इतने साल तक खाने के बाद कौन लोग खाए, I don't know about them. No, so that's fascinate me.
It's a meditative space
and
also.
And when you like take close up of any of those utensils.
Yeah, ये देखिए ना ये जो डिक्ची
ये
है।
का ले लो चाहे इसका close up ले लो। हाँ, तो when you will go it so closely, it will look like a cosmos, no, to you. Yeah, so that's fascinate me, and I thought why not? So. No, Proust effect. So
remembrance of things past.
Yeah. So
there is that.
That was the reason I choose, and I was work with the utensil anyway, and that was another reason to choose old utensils because their memory, their past, they're related to food, they're related to their space, and it's all dying. They're melting these utensils. And they're making it aluminium bricks, they're recarnating. So I want to recarnation in my art. And that's I like.
And also it's a room of wonder ना, आप बैठ के सोच सकते हो कि इस बर्तन में जो परिवार खाता है, और सेक्युलर भी है ना, कौन किसका बर्तन है कौन जाने।
बिल्कुल कौन किसका बर्तन है कौन जाने। तो बहुत सारी चीजें हैं और everybody look at it their own perspective and see it. और ये
इन लोग का
this is my studio kitchen.
वेरी ब्यूटीफुल। नहीं, एक लास्ट क्वेश्चन का ही टाइम बच गया है एक क्वेश्चन के लिए। एक आपने एक तो छोटा सा सवाल था कि व्हाट इज मेमोरी टू यू एंड हाउ डू यू कीप इट। द सेकंड इज यू डिड सम वर्क व्हिच इज माय फेवरेट व्हिच यू हैवंट, वो कैथरीन बू वाला जो हमने बहुत बार बात की है, देन यू लाइक हाउ यू एक्सचेंज एंड लिटिल बिट इफ यू कैन टॉक अबाउट दैट। एंड याद क्या है, मतलब मेमोरी, हाउ डू यू लुक एट मेमोरी, इज मेमोरी इमेजिनेशन आल्सो?
Sometime I feel it when I'm making the artwork and I think I'm losing it. Something is not right. I'm not connecting it. I'm thinking maybe I'm getting distracted. Why this artwork, what I'm trying to make, is not coming to me, close to me? Why not giving me a strength? Why I don't feel it confident? Why I don't like it myself? So these kind of questions when arise, then I go, oh, leave it. Then I really try to go back to my memory. And from my memory, I try to connect that contemporary artwork, what I'm doing right now. I'm thinking, there is any link? There is any connection? There is any things really I'm doing? So sometime I'm able to solve with that problem. Sometimes not. So that artwork stayed in my studio for 10 years. I haven't touched them. No? And 10 साल के बाद वो निकल के आएगा. Then I will make it again. So this has happened. This is a part of the practice. Yeah, like you writing something and you
just leave it aside.
Just leave it aside. Yeah. So you say in artwork happens same thing. Yeah. What was your second?
The other question was the Catherine Booth thing. That it's a very beautiful project. You know, it's also about. You know, I saw some parts of that film. जहाँ वो खुश होके दे रही है.
Many years ago, I was in my hometown, and one uncle will come and they will say, Subodh, this is a family tree. And they are so chauvinist in that way.
Yeah.
They will show me tree, देखो तुम्हारे दादा का नाम, तुम्हारे भाई का नाम, okay, they become and all will live in one mohalla. It's a kasbah. And there's a 2,000 family there, and they all be related to each other. Okay, the big family. No, the uncle. We have it because our family come from there, and we belong to there. So many of them now. And बंटवारा होते होते वो एक विलेज जैसा हो गया, और वो एक के घर में घुसते थे उस समय, और आपको 10 घर चले जाओगे अंदर ही अंदर आपको इस लाइक गुफा. It's like very interestingly, but you will not see any female picture. Only men.
Yeah.
दादा का फोटो मिलेगा, भाई का फोटो मिलेगा, पर दादी का नहीं मिलेगा.
दादी का नहीं मिलेगा.
परदादी का नहीं मिलेगा. So it's very interestingly इस समय, no. So I was not so much interested in my
family tree and all.
Family tree owner. But one point there's lots of family. So I used to go from childhood. I will to go. चाची कौची करते हो? मामी कौची करते हो? हाँ, तो घर में घुस जाते थे. उनके यहाँ सुबह सुबह चले गए तो किसी घर में पकौड़ा छन रहा है.
तो खा लिया.
तो पकौड़ा खा लिए. ए सुबोध बाबू ऐला है, बैठा 2 पकौड़ा खा ला. हाँ, तो खिला देंगे पकौड़ा. फिर आप उसके घर में चले जाओगे तो वहाँ तो बच ऐसे ही बड़ा हुआ हम लोग. नो, तो द फैमिली स्ट्रेंथ एंड जिसको हम लोग गोतिया बोलते हैं. तो they were there, so it's still there, and I miss them actually now because sometime मिल जाएंगी कोई मामी उस जमाने की
तो पुराना कहानी
बताएंगे. तो बोलेंगे सुबोध बाबू इतना दिन हो गया ना देख ले हुए तो चेहरा. तो very emotional, very interesting, no, and they was very close that time. I remember. So one day I thought I should make art about those family, and I start thinking, okay, you have something, any personal thing, give it to me.
Yeah.
I start asking them then, but none of them able to give me something really personal because first of all maybe they didn't have. If they have, they don't want to give.
Yeah, like jewelry अगर होगा तो कैसे देते?
And the jewelry कैसे? मैंने even मैंने कहा कि कुछ भी आप पेन ही दे दो इसके. But I noticed one thing कि they have not much to give me.
Exactly.
So I felt very sad about it, no, and then. I collected it a little bit, but that project somehow
got shelved.
नहीं हो गया, ऐसे ही पड़ा रह गया. But why I was saying this?
Catherine Booth.
हाँ. Then I was in Bombay. When Bombay में जब मैं project कर रहा था, जब अपना show कर रहा था, solo show in Film Institute में, तो that time I decided. When I read Catherine
Behind Beautiful Forever.
Behind the Beautiful Forever, and when I met her and I spoken to her, so I was quite inspired with that story and everything. So I asked Catherine Booth, Catherine, how you did in the slum? How able to go inside? Because if I enter, I don't know where to go, left, right, and how to navigate this.
How to talk to people.
How to talk to people. She said, I have a person, I worked there for 3-4 years, so I know the people. So I'm like, will you introduce me one person? So she did introduce me to one person. Then I explained that person, I wanted to choose 10 family in slum. And I just want everything from their kitchen. And I wanted to give them new kitchen. then they said ki, yeah, but it's not easy. They will ask the question, why you want from their kitchen? Nobody wanted to give their, no.
कुछ favorite उसका
उनका
पुराना
favorite पुराना हो. Okay, fair enough. But can you find, maybe you find 10 family if they will tell them seriously ki they're going to get new cup, new cutlery, everything, maybe little better quality. So anyway, she was so good. She helped me so minutely. She not only to convince those family, she calculated every single item from the kitchen with the size and measurement what they have in the kitchen.
TV, fridge, सब.
Sab kuch, and she gave it to me list. She did not told the family ki it's going to be exchange, because they said ki if I tell them, some of them family, maybe they will bring 10, 15 more things in the kitchen. And they will say this is part of the kitchen. The part of. So she was so minutely work for me. Can you imagine?
That's a great thing.
And she helped me to navigate this. And then I selected those family. I bought those new things, and I went to those family, and it was the project I did it. I bring that project to make it in a studio installation, new installation, and I did curated once. पहले तो उसके बारे में बहुत कुछ, मैं ये काम क्यों कर रहा हूँ, ये काम क्या होगा, ऐसा मेरे दिमाग में क्यों आ रहा है करने के लिए, why I'm doing this, no, इसका मतलब क्या है, बहुत सारी चीजें
सस्पेंडेड है हवा में सब कुछ.
नहीं तो वो तो इंस्टॉलेशन एक्सपेरिमेंट किया हूँ, अभी तो लगाया भी नहीं हूँ. नेवर एग्जीक्यूटेड दैट वर्क, स्टिल इन द स्टूडियो दैट वर्क. सो आई हैव a dream to exhibit that work in the right place. So उसका मैंने टाइटल भी सोचा उस काम का कि उसका टाइटल रखूँगा क्या. So yes, I taken the title from song called Ek Muthi Asman.
Which is so good.
And given the one fist of a sky, something like that. So वो काम अभी भी मेरे स्टूडियो में है. I haven't exhibited it. It's from 2016. I start making that work.
I remember.
I made that work. No questioning. You know what? Everything you make, why you make? No, there was a reason to. Maybe what I was trying to collect it from family, they did not give it to me. I find another family to give it to me. So somehow
it related.
Somehow related, no, in one way, because they and I don't know why. I am very good at to connect with the.
Yeah, you are.
Very grounded people.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's maybe that dialogues.
Maybe your work is about memory, no? You are a memory keeper.
Yeah.
सबका memory.
When I used to work in Modi Nagar, when I should everybody looking for the material, all the artists used to come. Then I used to take them and talk to the sabji wala or so some people say, okay, how good are you at it to talking to those people, because those people I'm used to talking to them.
And they are your people.
That's why, and that's why they are my people, so they understand me, and then so that's fascinate me. And that's why I keep doing my own kind of artwork, and you want to create something very different. And what is different? It's nothing. Just do your own thing.
You're just being honest with yourself.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I want to do.
No, it's beautiful talking to you. And also, I wish you were always surrounded by memories and, like this room. With
a friend like you.
Yeah, and a friend like you, which we learned so much, and it's so fascinating to talk to you. I remember all the stories. And I hope you all find a way home, because I'm from Bihar, you're from Bihar, and we also know how we have carried that home forever, and you can't return to it, and that's it's very emotional for.
It's still long way to go.
Long way to go, but we'll keep going. However,
keep going,
with forged in steel now. So, thank you so much, Subodh.
Thank you, Ji.